All right, well, good afternoon. Welcome to the Foxboro High School Sam Berns Community Field. I am Mark Davis. I'm here with Mike McCabe. We are here for the quarterfinals of the Division II South Sectionals with the number 4 Foxboro Warriors taking on the Dartmouth Indians, who was ranked number 5. Foxboro will be wearing their home blues, while Dartmouth is in white and green. Mike, it should be a real good game. Both teams have actually scored quite a few goals this year. Foxboro had about 80 goals, where Dartmouth has scored, I think it was about 74. So both have very good offenses heading into this game.
Yeah, Mark, they actually, Dartmouth is also a high-powered offense. They had 75 points for, so in points against are 20, where Foxboro seems to have, on paper, a more stout defense with only allowing 11 points against all season, which has obviously been a strength. So they have it on both ends of the field. Let's see if they're able to balance it out, because Dartmouth seems to be pretty equal on paper, so it should be a great matchup today.
Yeah, it's I read a quick article as Joe Cusack is mentioning the starting lineups for both Dartmouth and Foxboro. So we'll listen to Joe as he's our athletic director, newly crowned athletic director, taking over for Rich Cormier, who did a fantastic job. Joe's been doing a great job this year so far, and we're going to continue to see him do an excellent job.
I'll tell you, no doubt. I had the pleasure of being on the board with Joe for a few years, and he'll do a great job.
7, Annika Furtado. Number 8, Kelly Medeiros.
So I know Dartmouth, looking at the roster, I think they have 27 girls on the roster. So I don't know if all 27 are going to get in, obviously, but, that's going to be good for them if they can get some fresh legs. We, on the other hand, have probably about 18. I think it's about 18 to 19 girls.
Right. And the trend has been, and we can only speak for the Hockomock, but the trend has been a lot less subbing as the season has gone on. Foxboro and the teams they faced alike. Dartmouth is coming out of the Southeastern Conference, so we have limited information on that end. But again, their stats and reading up on a few things, it sounds like they've had quite a season themselves. So.
Yeah. But as you know, as Coach Stallcup has been preaching all year about conditioning, and you have people like Caitlin Mollica and your daughter Kaylee, Kaylee McCabe and Jordan Collins, who have that endurance. Lizzie, Kendra, Yara Fawaz, they're all very well conditioned, and that's something that Coach Stallcup has preached all year long. So this is the kind of game that you're going to need that stamina heading into, and as you get deeper and deeper into the playoffs, like you mentioned, Mike, with less substitutions, these girls have to step it up, and obviously it's a better day than it was on Tuesday with the rain. So I think it's about 52 degrees here, overcast. We get some gray skies, but
it's actually a perfect day for soccer.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It really is. It's this is one of the ones where if you have a team with good endurance, you're going to benefit from a day like today. And I think we saw that in the Medfield game on Tuesday, where that Medfield team came out fast and hard, and they were playing aggressive, looking to score, and they wore it down. They were tired by the end of that, going into the middle of that second half, and I think that made a big difference in the game, in the final.
Yeah, we won't have. Looking at the forecast, I think the rain isn't supposed to come till about 4:30. So probably, if we get any, might be at the tail end of the game. As we saw on Tuesday, the wet conditions caused some problems for the Medfield goalie. The ball was skipping a lot. She made a lot of great saves, but we're not going to have that type of issue, I think, for the majority of the game. So hopefully, with our speed, getting on a dry field, that's going to help us. And again, as we talked on Tuesday, first goal in a game like this is always important. You want to get that lead, have the other team kind of play from behind.
I'll tell you, and speaking to the weather on Tuesday, very uncharacteristic. You saw Yara Fawaz having a little trouble handling the ball coming out, and she has just been such a force back there all season. Her speed, her field awareness, and being able to just cover that whole back of the field has been incredible. But we did see with the weather on Tuesday where she was trying to clear the ball and it was just spinning off her foot. She wasn't alone. It's just with Yara and being such an important piece of this team. To see that, you like to see these conditions tonight where she can be at her top, and you really need Yara Fawaz along with the whole team. But
right.
But Yara being a captain and really having stepped into that Alex D'Amato spot in that center defense and really anchoring that whole strong defensive line has been a huge reason they only have 11 points against all season.
Right. And one of the things that unfortunately, Caroline Cass, I'm looking at as they're doing the announcements. Caroline's got a jacket on, sweatpants. Doesn't look like she'll be suited up for today because she's been battling a concussion, and obviously we want her to be well. So smart decision.
We're going to the national anthem now, so we're going to cut real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, Julie McCollum, sophomore, Foxboro High School, singing the national anthem.
Much better than that Leanne Rimes version we had on Tuesday. But, the other thing we want to talk about, like we mentioned about Caroline, she's been out for a few weeks now, and the defense has stepped it up, though. And it's obviously, a hole there because Caroline is a good, solid defensive player. But the rest of the team have stepped up. And, Morgan Sylvester, again, great game. On Tuesday versus Medfield. This week's Foxboro Athlete of the Week. I saw that as I was heading out the door. So Morgan had 5 or 6 key saves on corner kicks, on some of the midfield pressure. So she's going to have to step up big again tonight, this afternoon.
Well, against this, what seems to be a strong Dartmouth offense, I think you're right, Mark. Players are starting to take the field now. So, yes, we're looking for a solid game here, solid game back and forth. It seems like equally matched teams, again, on paper. So this should be really a great matchup today.
Oh, yeah. And as I mentioned, Foxboro is in their home blues, Dartmouth in their whites. Foxboro will be going right to left on your TV screen as you're watching it. Again, I think, Foxboro, we want to see them come out strong. They sat back a little bit. Like you said, Medfield came out real aggressive at the beginning of Tuesday's game. Foxboro sat back a little bit. Luckily there weren't too many shots on net, and Foxboro got that first key goal by Jordan Collins, which was a beautiful left-footed shot by the assist from your daughter Kayla, which was a beautiful through ball. That's what we want to see. We want to see something like that get on the board real early and put Dartmouth back on their heels.
Well, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what coaching changes have made today. As you said, Caroline Cass, who's been a consistent outside force for the defense, has been out on concussion protocol, and you have a first-year varsity player in Bridget McGee on the outside. So we'll see if Dartmouth has done their homework and they look to push on that side, or exactly what they'll be doing. So ball's moving down toward the Foxboro end. Yara Fawaz mistimed the ball landing, but with her speed, is able to get back and cut that corner and retain possession of the ball. So Yara's speed once again coming into play for this defense, and she was able to recover from a uncharacteristic mistake.
So Grace Ferguson with the ball kind of turned it over, trying to get over to Kayla Molliker to get the ball right out into the middle.
So that was a great through ball from the Dartmouth right forward, but looked like the center mid just wasn't prepared for that quick pass back from the striker. So it looks like both teams will have to set. Foxboro's looking a little more comfortable, where Dartmouth seems like they're getting their feet a little, Mark.
Yeah.
Seem to have been out of position up on top, not taking advantage of a couple of these opportunities. But it's early in the game. They've got to work out those butterflies.
Yeah, you probably figure it was probably a long bus ride up here from Dartmouth as well.
Good point.
A little bit, where
they did get out of school early.
They get out early. Yeah, Foxboro. Obviously they come right here to the field. Kaylee with the ball right in the middle,
pushing up the middle.
Takes a
cross, and I think it was just looked more like a pass. Was a little ahead of Lizzie Davis, but good first effort, good push up top. So, and you and I had talked about this last game, Mark. Hopefully, they looked like they were having some spots on the field. Girls out of position in Foxboro. Hopefully, that's something that we see kind of remedy today. Because if this Dartmouth team is as complete as Foxboro, they're going to need to, maintain positioning on the field and control.
Kaylee with the shot out
with
front.
A great cross. Looked like a handball, but
Grace Ferguson steps up, gets it over to Lizzie, gets it over to
Kayla Malka to the outside. Kaylin trying to keep the ball in, just couldn't get to it. It was a little ahead of her. Foxboro making a good push up forward, though. The Foxboro's looking pretty solid. They seem to control the flow right now, Mark. Let's hope they can keep that up. A lot of game left, but it's encouraging.
Yeah, like you said, heavyweight fight. They kind of trying to feel each other out, kind of figure out what's going on, what each team is doing. They don't really know each other, like you said, because from the Southeast Conference versus the Hockomock. So it's probably going to take a little while to see a little bit of action going on. But so far, Foxboro has been carrying the play.
Looks like they're marking up Jordan Collins on the right side, which is Foxboro's leading scorer and a Hockomock leading scorer. So that's actually a smart move. Don't give her too much space. With her speed and ability to break out, it's been a consistent play from each of these teams all year.
Good step up there by Morgan Sylvester. Dartmouth did a great job getting that ball. Lizzie with the header over to Jordan Collins. Jordan trying to make a move, trying to get it over to Kendra. But
if you're seeing what I'm seeing today, Mark, but we talked about where the 50-50 balls, Foxboro tends to sit back, but today they seem to be getting to them.
Yeah.
Ahead of Dartmouth. So that's encouraging.
So, you made a good point about Jordan. Obviously, they've done their homework. Jordan has been an all-star this year. She's a Hockomock all-star. A lot of write-ups, so people know about her speed. They've seen it on film, so they know that this is the girl that you got to watch out for. But that's going to open up opportunities for Kaylee and Caitlin and Lizzie and Kendra. And, hopefully that we'll be able to get those triangle passes like they were doing on Tuesday, find the open person, and then eventually if that loosens up, then you can get Jordan on a through ball.
Well, I think that's what we've seen too, Mark, is there's been more of a distribution of scoring over the last few games for Foxboro, because Kaylee McCabe gets marked up quite a bit as well in the middle. Her and Jordan will get marked because they're both Kaylee's just behind her in scoring. So, but to your point, that should be opening opportunities. You find they're double teaming Jordan up top.
Absolutely.
And that's where Foxboro really needs to coach around that and capitalize on those opportunities, and they have for the most part. So let's see if today holds true.
Interesting, too, looking over the Foxboro football team practicing. Some of them are practicing, some of them are actually watching.
There's not a lot of practicing going on over there, Mark.
Exactly.
Good lead ball up to from Kaylee McCabe up to Lizzie Davis, pushing it back. Kaylee McCabe coming around, pushing to the middle of the field, and broken up by Dartmouth. A lot of white shirts in the middle there.
Good defense
Dartmouth,
there.
They seem a little out of sync. They seem to have the right idea, and they're looking to pass to each other, but there's been a couple missed passes, and again, I'm sure they'll settle down because they seem to be trying to work together, but they're just not connecting on their passes.
And if you look back, Mike, as we're seeing, they've got like 6-7 girls back. So
they do. They're playing a heavy D, Mark, and you're right. As opposed to Medfield, where Medfield really pushed. They pushed on Foxboro, and from what I've seen this year, that seemed to be a better play. I mean, what's your opinion on that? I thought pushing and trying to score and keeping two back seemed to send more of Foxboro back. They kept their middies running up and down and started to tire them out.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
So you have Dartmouth making a push. Great cross. Great cross from the right corner, and Morgan Sylvester's able to come out and make the save on it.
Kendra's got the ball in the middle. She's got some room to work, trying to get to Liz.
Lizzie Davis, a lot of white shirts. So this is where Foxboro's down in their end. Mishandled ball by the defense. Lizzie coming in with a header, but just isn't able to keep possession.
A little too much off the forehead. I think if she had hit it to the right side, listen to me say that, it's very difficult. But Jordan and
so right, bud.
Yeah, Jordan and Liz both were going for the ball. I think if you were able to get that over to the right, Jordan had a clear path to the net.
I tell you, it seems like Dartmouth's waiting to see what happens today, Mark. Kind of the opposite of what we were seeing with Foxboro on Tuesday. And in that point, that was only Lizzie and Jordan, and you had 5 white shirts around them, and Lizzie was able to come through and get her head on the ball.
Number 19, looking up there, Caitlin Sagan.
Catherine.
Catherine, sorry.
So it's ball's coming up to Kendra, and Kendra is pushed off the ball, no call. Very physical play, but Kendra bounced right up and stayed on the play, and that's important in this I mean, like you said, I think the other day, Mark, in these playoffs, we're going to see how much they let them play, and if that's an indication, it's going to be physical, because that was a good, solid hit. Jordan Collins looking across the ball to the middle, nobody there. It's kind of been, this has been a little bit of a thing with Foxboro, and sometimes we'll just have one forward up there. And Jordan Collins got to the far right corner, crossed the ball, and there was nobody there to take advantage. Foxboro still has the ball in Dartmouth's end. Kaylee McCabe is got a rebound coming out, pushing it over to Grace Ferguson. A little mishandle by Grace. She was trying to push the ball forward, but it kind of spun off her foot.
Yeah, like as we said, they've got seven back.
Yeah, they're really playing a heavy defense. You're right, Mark. And what we've seen with this is, through the season, there's been either one of two things. They hold Foxboro to a few goals, and then ultimately Foxboro wins, or the defense breaks down on them. We've seen with Canton, a few of these teams, Stoughton, they've tried to do that, and they've set too many players back, and then they're just not able to. And then the Foxboro's defense pushes up to the 50, to the other team's 40, and really hammers them on offense.
Yeah, and Bridget McGee steps up on the defensive play. Good job to disrupt the offensive flow there, but Dartmouth with the ball, trying to get it in. Kendra with a great save.
Kendra Wentling up and down the field right now. Kendra's got quite a
Liz
pace
gets
going
it over
today.
Kaylee trying to get over
Kayla Malika. We've got a
Lizzie's calling for it. Gets it in front.
Malika,
Here we go.
Just
Offside.
I think it was. I think she was about a step. It was. I'll tell you, that was great. Kaylee McCabe up to Caitlin Malika over to Lizzie Davis, and I think Lizzie was just watching the ball and took one step too many. But right idea.
Here's
So
a replay.
let's take a look again here. So that's over to Caitlin Malika, handles the ball nicely, and there's Lizzie's just eye on the ball. You can see where she just focused right in on that ball, and it was.
Yeah, I mean
it happens.
That was a good call. I mean, she was definitely offside. I mean, the girl was standing on the 20. Liz was making the run. Didn't expected the girl to fall back. She didn't, and Liz continued on. McGee with the stop there. Emma Dahl steps up.
They seem to be coming, I don't know if it's by design, but they're coming up this right side quite a bit, and they're working on Bridget McGee again, who was first year varsity and filling in for Caroline Cass. So they really keep coming to this right-hand corner. And they're getting through, and they're getting the crossballs, but once they get to the middle, they're not able to, they really haven't been able to do much with it from there, Mark.
Yeah, number 8, Kelly Medeiros. You got to watch out for her. She scored 2 goals in their game, in their victory back on Tuesday.
Big kick forward.
Kendra with the ball.
Kendra Wentling on the right gets the rebound. Dartmouth's having a little trouble clearing there. The ball seems to be spinning off their foot today. A couple times they're just not getting a solid contact, and Foxborough's right back in their end attacking. No clear shots on net though, Mark. On either end really. So nobody's had what I would call a legit opportunity at this point.
You're trying to get the ball in over to Jordan, trying to find some room to
there's
maneuver.
Not much to go there. Jordan looking to let's see what the call is. Looks like it's a goal. Is it a corner? I couldn't tell. Looks like they're setting up for a corner kick.
Yeah.
Yes, Caitlin Malika is going out to take a corner. Caitlin Malika has a great touch on these corner kicks. She's able to drop it right in front of the goal. I'd like to see a little more blue in front of the goal, but that's not Foxborough's way. They sit out at this 10-yard line, Mark, and then on Caitlin's command, then they charge in.
There goes Liz looking for the header.
Low ball this time, and Dartmouth's able to get to it, but Emma Dahl keeps the ball forward with a great header. I'll tell you, Emma Dahl is as tough as they come in this game. That girl is fearless. Jumps right in, heads the ball, keeps it forward. She's slid in. Grace Ferguson started back there with Yara Fawaz, and they've been able to interchange her with Emma and move Grace up. Grace, who's had an outstanding year as well. And both of those girls will be back next year, which is great, very encouraging, especially where
Liz takes a high shot.
And it's
just a little high.
Just a little over, but it was a good opportunity. She certainly has the leg to kick from out there, so.
They're going to move her out about another 5 yards, and she had a little. It was a good idea, though. The goalie was backing up. You try to get one of those, just pop one in high off of the goalie while you have the opportunity.
Ball in the middle. Kaylee McCabe is able to get control and pushing it forward, looking for the through ball to Lizzie Davis. Great give and go. Great give and go. Kaylee McCabe was a little bit behind on the pass. She couldn't get her foot quite on it, and Dartmouth was able to slide in, but great play. Excellent give and go.
I didn't see who the defender was that came in and make that
So
play.
let's watch. The pass was a little behind. It's going to the back of the foot. See how it gets it to the side and then just isn't able to control. But it's tough to do. So many white shirts there. It was so close to like a perfect setup on it. Opportunity starting to come up now, Mark.
Yeah.
Foxboro is really putting some pressure on here.
Yeah, we got to, like you said though, Mike. We got to get a shot on net. See, kind of test this goalie. See what she can. She looked pretty good in warm-ups.
She did. And these are the games where Foxboro seems to be controlling the flow. They seem to be controlling the possession. And then what happens? And this happened. We were in Franklin, and then all of a sudden a girl just broke out from them and scored.
Yeah.
And that's what you worry about with this. You get a little too comfortable.
Oh, great pass.
You kind of think so. It's Jordan Collins up to Bridget McGee coming up from defense, and then to Caitlin Mollica, and with the left shot.
Nice shot.
Easy save by the Dartmouth goal, but good opportunity.
Good shot there by Caitlin, seeing the opportunity. The goalie was kind of floating a little bit to her left. Caitlin thinking, I'll go, near post. Almost had it. Good shot, good idea. But you're right, Mike. Control the play a lot, and that's what you always get worried about. Is that there's just one opportunity that Dartmouth might have, and that's what you're always afraid of.
I'll tell you what I'm seeing that we were struggling with the other day, Mark. We seem to be controlling the middle of the field. I thought Medfield had better control of the middle of the field than Foxboro did on Tuesday, but it seems like Foxboro seems to be controlling that middle today, and that's making a big difference on the flow of this game.
Yeah, see, here again, though, we get 2 forwards, they get 4 back. It's going to be tough to, unless we get that pass, the through ball, it's going to be tough to dribble through the 4 girls.
It is. They're looking for that trap. It's kind of a trap offense. They're looking for that kick and run and get one ball past the D. And I'll tell you, with the Yara Fawaz's speed back there and her covering the middle, that's not great odds on that as the season has shown. So it'll be interesting to see if they make adjustments and as this game goes. We still have 26 and a half minutes in just the first half alone. So a lot of soccer left to be played, and both teams are really working.
Here's the opportunity for Dartmouth. Gets in the middle.
We were just talking about, one girl is a breakaway, low ball, and easy save from Morgan Sylvester. But those are the ones you worry about, Mark. Those are when you're kind of down because you spend so much time in the other team's end, and then one shot and the defense or the goalie is just not quite ready for it. But we were, thankfully. So.
Oh, there goes Liz.
Lizzie Davis looking for the breakaway, getting control of the ball.
Gets out in front.
Is able to beat the defender to her left foot, crossing the ball. Great cross, and just unfortunately.
A little behind.
Just a little behind.
Foxboro trying to keep the ball.
Perfect idea, though. Looks like Megan Burke trying to get up and keep the ball in.
Liz just a little bit behind, I think, Kendra.
So let's take a look. Lizzie using her left. Perfect, right idea. Just crosses it, and unfortunately, the other forwards were just a little too far behind and ahead, and the midfielders were a little bit back. But you know what? 7 times out of 10, Mark, that's a perfect setup shot.
Liz gets it back to
Liz looking to pass it back.
Caitlin Mollica should get there. There she with her
Caitlin,
speed.
great.
There we go.
Way to shield. Shields the ball, looking to pass it up. Yeah, and there's just so many white shirts. These through balls are having tough getting. It's tough getting them through.
Yeah, it's tough getting it right through the middle, like you said.
Like lanes aren't there.
They got to get the ball. It looks like they got to arc that ball
almost
a little
chip
bit.
Shot. I'm with you. If they do a quick chip shot, the lanes just aren't open.
Kendra making a run down the end.
And it's not able to.
Yeah, Kendra with a great run down the right side. Lizzie was crashing the net. Lizzie was looking to get her head on that one. Again, just a little bit, just missing it.
Davis is right there. She's been there, right near that goal. If she keeps this up, the opportunity is going to get there.
And here comes a replay.
So as we watch, Lizzie just seems she's everywhere up at that front of the field, and she wants to put that in. Just great effort, great stretch. One of these times that ball is going to land perfect for her.
Foxboro ball.
I'm seeing some great team play out of Foxboro so far, Mark. They seem to be looking for each other. The passes, they're setting up. They're playing some smart soccer right now. Kaylee McCabe fighting through a couple of Dartmouth players, able to get possession. Nice little chip pass over to Mollica, back to McCabe, and looking for the through. And again, there it gets blocked. The lanes are tough to find. That left side's open because, again, I think they're pushing to the right here, Mark.
Yeah.
Trying to test on McGee. Again, the defense is able to hold in Dartmouth. They're just not getting through. I'd like to see what as you said, like a little chip shot maybe. Get it up in the air. get him over and use Jordan Collins' speed to attack the ball.
Yeah, you got about 5 back now, so Liz trying to get it back to McGee.
And McGee's really pushing up. Is she going to be able to get back? That's going to be the question.
Caitlin with a great job stopping the ball. Sorry, Mike, to interrupt.
No,
It was a great play by Caitlin.
But see, now here's where Bridget McGee is she's been pulling up. She's being very aggressive. I don't know if that's by design, but thankfully Yara Fawaz is able to get back.
Morgan with a big kick.
And then Grace Ferguson coming in, heading the ball, pushing. Foxboro continuing to push it forward. And Emma Dial once again just gets right in front of that ball.
Liz surveying the land.
Yeah, just Foxboro's winning the 1v1s. They're just, like I said, they're controlling the flow. They're controlling the ball. The pace is much slower than it was, even in that pouring rain against Medfield, Mark.
Yep.
This is definitely a little bit of a slower pace and a little more methodical, it seems.
And Kendra trying to body the girl from Dartmouth.
So Grace Ferguson will chip it back to Emma Dahl, pushing the ball forward. The Dartmouth players there to collect it. Bridget McGee pushing it back forward.
Caitlin looking to make a move. Gets over Liz, trying to back to Caitlin.
These through balls, they're just these through balls on the ground. There's just too many white shirts right now. But as we said, it's hard to play that all game. It's hard to play. If Foxboro can stop bringing up some players, maybe leave just a few defenders back, and start pushing and attacking that defensive line and wear them down.
Meg Burke to clear it out, gets it over to Jordan. Hitting down the right
Jordan
side.
coming right. You got Lizzie in the middle, looking like she's.
Could be a corner, right?
Yep. But no, it was in front of the flag, I believe, so it'll be a throw in.
A throw in, okay. Yeah, you're right, Mike. I was hoping for the corner. But again, 6, 7 white shirts back. Dartmouth doing a good job clearing the ball out. Some opportunities.
I like that. Right now we've got just Yara back at the 50. The defense is pushed up, and I think this is the move right now to push and just attack this heavy D. Kaylee McCabe tripped up. Looks like finally we get the call on that one. So
Liz
Dartmouth player came right up the back of the legs and dropped her over. So
like you said about Liz's leg, she's about 34 yards out.
This is where she.
This is one that
Now she'll get over the ball.
Yeah, and probably. She got to get a little arc on this.
No, she's actually been kicking great the last handful of games. So
gets it low.
I
think she tried to put a little too much mustard on it. Liz with another shot, trying to kick it up.
Not wanting to kick it out of bounds. You lose possession. So I think that to me is better than flying it into the goalie or out of bounds.
Yeah. So Liz was trying to kick it, lift it up. Again, that may be one. I mean, that goalie had to reach up high. Liz has got the right idea there. Liz trying to get through the middle.
Those ones could sneak through. We've seen it in the past, Mark, where you get a little chip shot because the goalie misjudges it and you can't get the fingertips quite up, and we've seen it happen. I believe we saw it happen to Morgan Sylvester early in the season.
Yep.
Yara working in the middle of the field, just working right around players. Kaylee McCabe give and go over to Grace Ferguson, pushing the ball forward. And
just tough.
Right into Dartmouth. There's just so many white shirts back there to your point. So Kaylee McCabe comes up, challenges, and Grace Ferguson as well. Again, they're controlling the middle of this field. Foxboro's controlling it. So now here it looks like Bridget McGee caught out of position a little bit. Yara's able to swing down and make up for it and cover. It's going to be a Dartmouth throw-in.
Just under 20 minutes left here, so if 20 minutes left in the first half, still 0-0.
I haven't seen one substitution as of yet either, Mark, for either teams, unless I've missed something. So that'll be interesting to see because this is a...
Liz makes a move, tries to get around her.
Liz Davis pushing. She's got Jordan
trying to go in the middle.
Front.
Gets to looking for Jordan.
We have no one on the right, though. It's a lot. See your white shirts again. So...
Yeah, that was it.
See your white shirts just came in.
That could have been.
I think Lizzie was looking for somebody up on the right that just wasn't anyone there. It was Kendra was trying to come back from just this little attack on the Foxboro end. I think the way the game's going, I don't think you're going to see the fatigue like we saw from the game on Tuesday. The game on Tuesday was both ends of the field. Mark.
Kendra with a good shot.
Kendra just to the outside.
The angle is tough from the press box. Here we go, substitution finally.
So this is the first substitution of the game for Dartmouth. 2 players coming in, a striker and looks like a midfielder. Hard to see the numbers from here.
Yeah, I should have brought my binoculars.
So we have a number, was it 8 just came in, I believe? Kelly Medeiros.
And
Kaylee McCabe with the header off of the goal kick, keeping the ball forward. Dartmouth is able to gain possession. Bad pass by Dartmouth right into Caitlin Malika, looking for an outlet pass to Grace Ferguson. Foxboro taking their time, getting ready, setting it up. I like it. This is gain control.
Kendra was sitting back on that one, waiting for that. That's one of our issues.
Sideways forward, Mark, as they say. Sideways forward. The body should always be forward with the head looking backward. That way you don't push the ball back that way.
Kaylee with the ball.
Kaylee McCabe pushing up on the side, looking for Caitlin Malika, unable to get the ball through.
It looks like this
seems to be kind of how Dartmouth got the call on that one, on Kaylee McCabe. It looks like a lot of these through balls aren't getting through for Foxboro, Mark. They need to make an adjustment here.
Yeah.
It seems to be not just one. It seems to be quite a group of them are passing into the white shirts.
And one of the adjustments, it looks like now we've got Jordan Collins on the left-hand side. They got Liz in the middle. So Coach Stallcup must have moved them because Jordan was in the middle where Liz was on the left.
I think for me, I'd like to see them push one more up on offense. At this
I would
point.
like that too. Yeah.
We're controlling the middle. I think you can control it with, for instance, you have Kaylee McCabe in the middle, and you have Caitlin Malika. Maybe you push Kendra up forward, or you push Caitlin Malika up. I mean, you have any of that combination of the four in the center mid, Kendra, Grace, Kaylee, and Caitlin. You can go to 3 against this team, and I think you could push up on this defense more. Again, Foxboro working the middle of the field. Grace Ferguson was a call. I didn't quite see what it was.
I don't know either.
Not sure what the call. Obviously, it's a push or something of that sort, but I didn't see anything.
Yeah, it looked like they both were going for the ball. I'm not sure. Maybe there was a tug we didn't see, but
yeah, I didn't see much of anything. It looks like it was off the ball.
Yeah.
So Grace had the ball at the 50. They're spotting it at the 30 mark. I don't know what that was. So it's Dartmouth indirect kick coming out from the Dartmouth end of the field. Dartmouth's really jamming up the middle there. All their players are kind of the middle, leaving the outsides open. And Emma Dahl first to the ball with the head ball. Lizzie Davis pushing it to the outside to Caitlin Malika. Little hop on Caitlin. Great job controlling that ball and bringing it down to rest. Nice through ball to Kaylee McCabe. Over to Ferguson. They're really controlling the middle of this field well, Mark. We're just having trouble penetrating the defense. And it's not so much a skill, it's just there's so many players back there, Mark. There we go. See, this is what we need. Just pop it up in the air. Lizzie Davis in front, looking to push through. Jordan Collins and a save by Dartmouth goalie. That's been their best opportunity so far, in my opinion, Mark. The ball was up. We had a little chip pass right up the front.
Too many white shirts back there, like you said, though, Mike. It was like you couldn't get a good shot there. There was everybody like ganged up on Liz and Jordan. You can see them both there.
This is the first time we've seen like a nice chip shot going in, and then Foxboro shirts are able to get in there. But you're right. Look at that sea of shirts. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white and three blue. But we've seen this. We've seen this a lot of this season against Foxboro, and Foxboro's been able to overcome. So we'll see as the game goes. Jordan
over
Lizzie
to Liz.
Davis to the right, looking for a cross ball, and it looks like it was out of bounds. Is it going to be a goal kick? Tough to see from out here, but yeah, it looks like it was out of bounds. Lizzie, great job centering the ball.
Caitlin was coming down the left side too. They had Jordan in the middle, Caitlin down the left side. Caitlin had, if it wasn't, Caitlin I think would have buried that one because she had no one in front of her. Jordan tries to steal the ball there, but again, 6, 7 white shirts back. So obviously the Dartmouth doing a good job of not allowing these odd girl rushes. I think they're just happy to kind of pack it back a little bit.
Yeah, Foxboro is handball. The ref wasn't able to see it though, but it is a Foxboro throw-in.
Caitlin looking for someone to throw, but again, a lot of white shirts back to Caitlin Malika.
There's a great ball by Caitlin Malika. Nice chip up in the air, creating an opportunity, but Dartmouth's able to clear that ball out. Looks like it's going to be a Foxboro throw-in. I thought that went off on Foxboro. But
no, it definitely went off.
Okay.
Yeah, it went off for Dartmouth. It went off one of the girls' chests.
Amanda looking to pass it, puts it a little behind Burke, but she's got plenty of real estate over there, so able to settle the ball down and control it up. See, that's why I'm not a big fan of just a kick and run. I like to see them control the ball and settle, especially when they have a little time on the field, Mark.
Yeah. So it looks like we get some space here. Kaylee with the ball. Magic with
letting the ball settle. Pushing it up to Jordan Collins, over to Caitlin Malika, and just too far ahead on the pass.
Good idea there.
But great combination.
3 more subs coming in for Dartmouth now. So
yeah, Dartmouth's starting to use those numbers, like you said, Mark.
Yeah.
But I don't see, there's no, I'm not seeing fatigue. There's not a lot of up and down the field running right now.
No.
Maybe they're just trying different combinations, seeing if they can get something going here. Dartmouth spent a lot of time defending their end. And that takes a toll mentally too, Mark. When you're spending the whole time down in your end by your goalie, that'll wear on you.
Dartmouth must feel pretty good, though, making the trip up here to Foxboro, holding Foxboro. You know, it's a potent offense. No goals with, no points with 13 minutes left. Kendra with a nice move, trying to get in front.
Kendra trying to get in. Looks like it's going to be a corner kick.
Could be corner.
Oh,
saying
calling
goalie.
a goal. Calling a goal kick. Ref was right there, so ref got a little rain starting, a little drizzle. As Mark said, we're not supposed to really get anything here until so the game should be completed, but hopefully it doesn't affect it too much.
So there's a little ball down there. So Emma Dahl controls
working
it.
the ball to the outside, easily working around the striker from the Dartmouth team, and then Grace Ferguson. Grace has just had such a quiet, great season. She did last year as well, Mark. She's kind of,
unsung hero.
underspoken. Yeah, she doesn't. When we talked about this the other day, she really doesn't get the credit that I feel she deserves. She's just so consistent, smart player, and just always on the ball.
Right there, I'm thinking, Kendra had a lot of room to move there, and she took the ball and just kicked it down, trying to get a run. But I think she can, if she starts to dribble the ball a little bit, bring that defense up, it'll open it up.
Really, you're right. She should be drawing in a player, especially with that many players down there. You need to draw one in at least and open up this field. So again, Foxboro still down in Dartmouth's end, just not able to really capitalize. Just white shirts everywhere, and Megan Burke able to keep the ball forward. Kendra pushed to the middle, they lost possession. And Kaylee McCabe looking to fight in the middle there. Dartmouth player was able to get by, chip the ball up, and Yara Fawaz is
great play by
as
Yara
usual,
there.
right there on it.
Just solid back there, steps up. Yeah. So Dartmouth now starting to make some noise here, but
push. Foxboro defense able to clear, but Dartmouth is pushed up. They've only got 2 back now, Mark. It's good to see them get a little aggressive up front. So hopefully, Grace Ferguson, right to Kaylee McCabe's got a little bit of open real estate here, pushing it up the field. Actually able to cross it back to the middle, and the Dartmouth, one of the Dartmouth players was able to get in the way and block the path, but had a couple players up forward that could have turned into something. So Yara Fawaz on the ball, able to get ahead on the ball. Dartmouth striker fell down, and Mark just kind of got up, and you see that frustration. That looked like frustration already, and you can't have that. It's too early in this game.
Kendra with the ball trying to get it down, but again, Liz trying to step up on the ball.
But it's Liz challenging the player, and now it looks like if the ball was put
stayed
in. Stayed in. Looks like a little more real estate over there than we can see, Mark.
Yeah,
I thought it was out too, but Dartmouth able to get it, and bad pass by Dartmouth over to Caitlin Mollica of Foxboro. So Grace Ferguson bringing the ball up the middle, trying to thread through the players, able to push the ball up to Lizzie Davis. Looking to chip it through. Lizzie stays on the ball.
Gets taken down.
Gets taken down.
No call.
Well, yeah, it's hard to tell if it was Lizzie.
Now they'll call it on Liz.
Now she's throwing her body. Lizzie Davis wants this. She is up there attacking today. It's great to see. She's just all over and throwing herself at the ball. She's going to capitalize at one point, Mark. With an effort like that, it's bound to push through.
Jordan Collins
pushing. Kaylee McCabe pushes the ball to Caitlin Mollica on the left. Caitlin controlling the ball, slowing it down.
Looking for
Caitlin seems to have kind of gotten the idea of the chipping, and Kaylee McCabe's doing the same. We're chipping it forward. Header from Lizzie Davis. And,
trying to find Kendra there.
But I'll tell you, chipping it up and over seems to be creating more opportunities, Mark. So hopefully we'll see a little more. Caitlin Mollica has been doing it. Kaylee McCabe starting to do it. And if they can do it and get up to Jordan Collins and Lizzie Davis. Looks like Megan Burke was taken down on the play, no call. So let's see Kaylee McCabe battling with the Dartmouth player, and
all the bodies falling.
Forces now. There's a little shot to Kendra, and he's calling it the other way.
All the bodies are falling. Reminds me of that dodgeball when he's like, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Well, bodies are falling all over the place right now. And
so is this a throw-in or a kick? See, that's funny because the girl charged into Kendra on that one. I'm a little surprised at that call. But let's see what happens. So Dartmouth not capitalizing, passing the ball basically into
Good pass.
Foxboro. Kaylee McCabe feeding the ball over to Caitlin Mollica. Not sure who this is from Dartmouth, but she had the speed to get ahead of Caitlin.
Number 18, Erin Good.
Erin Good had a great burst of speed there and was able to get ahead of Caitlin Mollica.
So we get about 8.5 minutes left in the first half, still 0-0. Jordan with a
Collins,
possible opportunity.
controlling it.
Takes a kick, skips, and right at the goalie, but a good save.
A shot from the 20. So here we go. Jordan trying to cross, just looking to take an opportunity.
And Caitlin coming in on the left side would have been a good opportunity to look back to Caitlin there because she had an avenue to the net.
Probably a little frustration mark where they're not able to penetrate this defense and start, trying to take those shots from outside. And there's nothing wrong with that as long as people are getting in for the rebounds of those,
Jordan with a header trying to get it over to Liz.
Lizzie
Liz
Davis
almost
leading with the head.
She almost got through on that one. That would have been a nice pass from Jordan.
Megan Burke keeping the ball forward.
Kendra
Wentling heading the ball into the middle with Jordan Collins. I think the Foxboro forwards seem to be starting to get a little frustrated in a good way.
Yeah.
They're really attacking the ball, trying to push the ball forward. Foxboro's first substitution of the day, we have
Jordan Carmen
coming in, and
Ashlyn Cervase.
It looks like, who came out?
So Kendra and
is it Kaylee
Meg.
McCabe or
No, I think it's Kendra and Meg Burke.
Oh, it was Meg Burke. Okay. So we have. So it looks like we're going to 3 back, which I'd like to see. That's what we talked about earlier, Mark. We're going to push some forwards up. Handball on Kaylee McCabe, bounced up and hit her hand. So it looks like we're going to push. They're going to push up forward. I like it. It looks like Jordan Carmen is playing outside D, which she's never played all season. So my thought is they're just going to have her pushing forward. Play a 3 back.
Yeah.
So play a 3-4-3 and really start attacking this defense.
So Ashlyn gets it over to Grace. Gets it over to Jordan, trying to find some room, but out.
Dartmouth's playing 1 back, and they're starting to push up a little. So they've got 1 player back at the 30.
Jordan going to trying to get it to
Jordan
Liz.
Collins trying to break through. A little quick pass back.
Jordan with a header.
Jordan Carmen
over
heading,
to Liz.
pushing the ball forward to Liz Davis, looking to keep the momentum forward. Jordan Collins pushing. It's a foot race.
Jordan with a shot!
And the shot is
And just wide.
Great opportunity, just wide of the goal.
That was a great opportunity. Had the goalie on the near side. Here's the replay. So Jordan Collins with that speed launches one. The goalie dives for it. I don't know if she got a hand. She looks like she might have got her hand on it on the replay.
Yeah, but they're giving the goalie kick coming out.
So it looked on the replay, but maybe she didn't. At first, I thought it was just wide. It obviously must have been if that's what the refs called. Get another opportunity. So Kaylee McCabe steals the ball in the middle.
Breaking up the middle, pushing. Coming out to the right, looking for the opportunity, and Dartmouth defender was able to get in there and break it up. Foxborough starting to push, though. They're holding 3 back.
Kayla Mollica with the ball.
3 back on D, pushing more bodies up forward. Kayla Mollica chipping it over, looking for Ashlyn Cervase on the right, and Jordan Collins. Looks like it's going to be a Foxborough throw-in coming from the right.
Just over 5 minutes left in the first half, still 0-0.
Foxborough defense pushing up to the 30 of Dartmouth and holding Yara Fawaz back on the 50. So Yara looking to... Yara, another rare miss.
But Jordan Carmen back there to pick it up.
Able to cover, though. Think about Yara, even though she mistimed that one, but she doesn't hesitate. She's right back in position, right back in. One of her strengths is she doesn't get frustrated. She's not overly hard on herself when she makes a mistake. She jumps right back into position, and that's been her resilience all year.
Absolutely, and like you said, Mike, she's got that speed where even if you think you got by her, she'll outrun you. She's like a gazelle back there.
So we've got 4.5 minutes of winding down the first half. Score is still 0-0. Foxborough has been in control of most of this game, but Dartmouth is holding their ground, and they're playing their game, which seems to be a heavy defensive front. We'll see if the adjustments at halftime, what team makes what adjustment at halftime. Looks like Foxborough made a bit of one already. Let's see if it pays off. But
good ball, but a little too far.
It's going to go out of bounds.
I mean, Dartmouth was in their conference. They were second in goals allowed. Like you said, Mike. You said earlier, I think they had like between 20 and 25 goals allowed. Foxborough obviously was the same. We were third. in our league in goals allowed behind Franklin and KP, who, KP was outstanding. So Dartmouth definitely has that defensive presence, and you can see it. You can see it in this game.
The thing I question, Mark, and looking at is to your point, they had 70 points for and 20 against. This isn't their game. Laying back heavy on D, I can't imagine that was how they played all season. So is it a switch up for the for the playoffs? Is it throwing their game off a little bit, where they're not used to kind of playing off on their heels a bit? So it's kind of we'll see. They just really haven't. The opportunity haven't been there.
Right.
They've been able to break up most of Foxboro's push on up the front, but
Jordan with the ball gets it over, trying to get it over to Liz.
Trying to get it through. Dartmouth's able to break it up again, just using their sheer numbers back on the defensive end.
We get just under 3 minutes left in the first half.
It's good to see the football team back at practice too.
Yeah, they're playing.
They have their own playoffs to deal with.
That's right. Tomorrow night in Canton, so we gotta hope the Warriors, come out with a strong victory
against
in
the Bulldogs.
Canton. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough game. So just 2.5 minutes left here in the first half. Dartmouth now starting to.
Foxboro will start with the ball in the second half, Mark. Dartmouth started with the first. In the first half, so and we'll be going the opposite direction. So we'll see if they look to come out strong in that opening drive.
Jordan Carmen with a nice left-footed kick,
pushing the ball up, but just kind of to nowhere. Unfortunately, right into the Dartmouth. But Lizzie Davis able to break up a quick Dartmouth pass. Jordan Collins on the outside. You see a lot of blue coming up.
Jordan gets around her.
We need to keep the blue coming. Jordan crossing the ball, and the goalie's able to get right up. Right idea. Goalie just cool, calm, and collected, just pulls the ball right out of the air.
Yeah, the goalie doesn't come up. Liz is right there for the header, right in front. Look at this.
That was we have Caitlin Molliga, Lizzie Davis, Kaylee McCabe, and Grace Ferguson falling from behind, and the goalie just reaches right up, pulls it out of the air.
Yara gets the ball, brings it up to Kaylee.
Great through ball to Kaylee.
Here we go.
McCabe.
Moving down the left side.
She's got Jordan in the middle, crossing to Jordan Collins. Off Jordan's back foot. Jordan's crossing, looking for the kick, and Dartmouth defender able to break up the shot. We're starting to see the numbers balance out, Mark. So with Foxborough pushing more players up.
Jordan Carmen with a nice little move.
Fakes out the defender, acting like it's going to be a big kick, and then controls the ball.
The side of the head off of Liz's face. Kaylee McCabe with a nice little move, gets around it over to Caitlin Mollica.
Mollica on the left, excuse me.
Oh, good shot. Great shot.
Great shot. Didn't have much of an angle, though, Mark. There were 3 defenders in front of her. She threaded them, but then the goalie was right there. Can't go for that outside when it's blocked by the players, but great opportunity. I'll tell you, these Kaylee McCabe and Caitlin Molliga are seeing each other today. There's a lot of back and forth. Nice little pass. Kaylee McCabe pushing up the middle, looking to cross it over to Jordan Collins, just over.
Ashland
handball.
almost.
Was it a handball on Ashland or went out of bounds? Okay.
Ashland.
It looked like I just saw the arm go up, but it must have hit her.
It looked like it came off the chest. It was a good through ball right there. And Ashland, if she was able to get that down on a foot, we would have been able to have a shot on net.
Foxborough's really starting to attack, Mark. This pushing up the defense and putting more bodies up front is definitely becoming an advantage. So Kaylee McCabe fighting in the middle, gets possession right over to Caitlin Mollica with the Dartmouth defender draped all over.
Look at holding Caitlin.
Caitlin Mollica showing some frustration on the holds.
I mean, the refs haven't called that. I mean, so you could see the jersey being tugged.
You just got to play, though. That's the thing, is if they're not calling, because they're not calling it either way. So they're not calling much on Foxborough either. It's a handball coming off of Foxborough.
Yeah.
But
first half.
It looks like the first half. First half's over. So I say, Mark, they're not calling it either way. And so they're letting them play. So you can't let Caitlin there getting frustrated. Understandable, but you've got to shake that off and just continue to play. The refs are going to call what they call. I mean, anyone who's watched sports and you try to teach these kids at a young age, you can't control the ref. You can only control control what you're doing on the field. So.
Yeah. So I think going into halftime, Dartmouth has to feel good here. Foxborough has carried the play, for the first half. Dartmouth has sat back, and they've thwarted every possible good opportunity that Foxborough has. So
do you see their plan paying off, though, Mark?
No, well, it's like we said, it's if you're holding them to no goals, and then you can get one opportunity, that's all you're going to need. I'd like to see Foxborough. I think they started doing them, like you said, at the end of the first half. They were kind of getting the ball, chipping it in, getting behind the defense. you want that first goal. Foxboro needs to get that first goal. I know one of the games, I think, ended up in penalty kicks, and you don't want to end up that way in the tournament games.
Yeah, it's a game of chance. And I'll tell you, I'm not a fan of the heavy defense, and they're playing all their players back. At some point, you just how many times can Foxborough attack and the ball doesn't go in? So if you have to have a balanced team. And if you're pushing no offense, it's just how are you going to beat the team type of thing. So are you hoping to go to penalty kicks? Because that, to your point, is crazy. Yeah,
and I think Coach Stallcup, Katie's probably talking to the girls, say, hey, we're getting good chances, good opportunity. Keep pushing, keep being hard on the ball, get the ball down there. Maybe make a tweak here or there, give the girls a blow, give them a little bit of a rest. But like you said, Mike, we've had a few opportunities that almost got through. Maybe we get that one that breaks, and once we get that one break, I think these girls will put it in the back of the net. So we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, Dartmouth must be pretty happy with the way they've played in this first half. So we'll see what happens coming up in the second half.
There was a good heavy push by Foxborough in the end. They started to look more like they were penetrating and getting at that goal. The goalie didn't look rattled in the least. Yeah. She looked like she was ready for it, but I'll tell you, they brought in Jordan Carmen on defense. It's the first time we've seen that all year, and it looks like they're pushing up some defenders and really starting to attack. So we'll see if they continue that in the second half here, Mark. Should be interesting.
Yeah, I think
what adjustment Dartmouth make as well.
I think if you get people like Kaylee and Caitlin, really pinpoint shooters. If they pick that corner, either top shelf or the low corner, I think that's going to be the play right there, because everything we've shot towards the goal, she hasn't really had to make any outstanding saves. They've been right at her.
Nobody has got a clean shot off, Mark.
No.
And that's the numbers on defense. That helps, because the girls try to set their shot, and they're not able to get their foot on it, and they're not able to get that clear, hard shot. Jordan Collins, they all push to their right, and they try to get the shot, and they're not able to. The minute they take that second to set it up, there's a body with the white shirt there. So we have some visitors in the booth. Miss Lexi Beers coming in to support the high school team, soon to be a player on the varsity in a handful of years, right? We enjoying the game so far, Lex?
Yeah. I sit on there.
Huh? So.
And I'm a friend of Ella.
I'm sorry, what was your name?
Ella, and I play her.
And Ella's here, and she plays with Lexi, so we'll be seeing these guys soon. I don't doubt it.
High five. Yeah,
that's good to see. The good youth program bringing the girls up.
Yeah, good turnout today, without the rain, right, Mark?
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't even pay attention to how many were here with the rain, because we were dry in the booth, which was nice.
That's true. But it looks like it's a pretty good turnout for the student section. We haven't had many kids come to the games, and I think that being a 2:30 game, the girls are getting some support from the student body, which is good to see. And I know they'll be out, and I think they're PJs tomorrow in Canton. Supporting the football team as well.
Boys, that's right. Oh, is it pajama night?
Yeah, again, I think it's the second time they've done it this year. But so here's a great shot of the team. As you can tell, drowned a little bit.
Foxborough Warriors right there.
After the victory, the 2-0 victory over Medfield, which was a great game to watch, just like this one. You can see the camaraderie there with the girls, with the coaches. It's a team that really wants to play well for each other, and you can see that over the course of the season.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I look, in one of the first ones that we talked about earlier was Caroline Cassius here in the middle, who's been so valuable to the team. And to see her have to sit out her senior year on the concussion, so I don't know how long that plays in, Mark, and if the girls are fortunate enough to carry on after today's game. Yeah. You'd like to see Caroline be able to come back in and once again contribute to this team before her senior year is finished. It's always tough to see that kind of happen, to see somebody, not be able to play due to an injury. But
absolutely.
But I'll tell you, this team has stepped up, and they've filled in, and they've made adjustments. So it's been a great season all in all to watch these girls play, and today's no exception.
Yeah. So seeing the bracket, you can see us in the bottom left in the quarterfinals, Foxboro versus Dartmouth. If we pull out the victory today, we still have 40 minutes to play here, but we'll be at Oliver Ames playing the winner of the Old Rochester Medway bracket. So Old Rochester, the number 1 seed, I believe they were 20-0. I think they were undefeated this season. Medway, an 8 seed. They beat Milford, who we're familiar with in the Hawk. We beat them once and tied them once. So that'll be an interesting bracket over there. And Canton pulled off an upset 8-0 over
Yes,
Southeastern.
they had quite a game. Yeah, they've had their struggles this season. They had their senior Morgan McCabe, who was a striker up top. She injured herself in the Foxboro game, her knee, and so she's been out the whole season. So they've had to make adjustments for that. But yes, it was great to see them, a 14 seed coming in and upsetting a 3 seed in Southeastern. So that's an interesting bracket going on over there. Unfortunately, we don't know when the next round of playoffs will be. I'm sure we'll hear shortly after today, but a lot of great soccer being played so far, Mark. It's still to be played.
Yeah, and up in the upper right, you get Holliston versus Silver Lake. So Holliston the 2 seed, Silver Lake the 7. So, a lot of the obviously top seeds are still around. Canton, being the exception, there being a 14 seed. And they're going to be fighting Somerset Berkeley, which is a 6. So that would definitely be a good matchup. But we have to worry about the next 40 minutes here. Foxboro again continue to carry the play in that first half. I'd like to see them continue that play in the second half, start off strong. I'd love to see a quick goal here for Foxboro, kind of get that lead, get the momentum, and then see what Dartmouth does, because then they might not play that defense as much, and then they might try to feel we have to score, and then maybe that's when you get some more opportunities offensively for Foxboro.
To your point, it's basically a 40-minute game now. It's 0-0. It doesn't matter what has happened in the first half. It's basically what they're going to do in the second half here, and what adjustments will be made. So it'll be interesting to see if Dartmouth does abandon a little bit of that heavy defense and push to the front, where Foxboro seemed to already do that toward the end of the first half, and they were having success with it. So we'll see if they continue to do that and how they go from here. So and I guess probably the biggest indication would be to see who's coming out on the defensive end. Looks like Megan Burke's back in the lineup, where it was Jordan Carmen. So, but that doesn't necessarily mean Megan Burke has been a consistent, great player on that outside, and she's just as capable of pushing that ball forward. So, it'll be interesting to see how they approach the second half. Again, Foxboro has possession going in. The Dartmouth had at the beginning of the game. Excuse me. So Foxboro will be able to push and kind of get that ball up right out of the gate and see if they continue this pressure they've been putting on this very, very strong defense of Dartmouth. Yeah,
I mean, you mentioned Meg Burke's name. I mean, as a sophomore, she's really come on strong this year. She's played very well. This program is set up for a lot of success over the next few years with the young girls on the team, from the the juniors all the way down to the sophomores. There are no freshmen on there right now, but there are some good freshman players on both JV and freshmen.
And I'll tell you a little bit of info, Mark, is Megan Burke, who played soccer for a lot of years and generally played on the B team. Good player, she plays multiple sports. And that she just decided she wanted to play at her best, and she came in prepared for summer tryouts and made varsity her first year, just on sheer effort and work, and that defines Megan Burke. She is that girl. When she decides she wants something, she doesn't hold back. She was up at the turf constantly. So, and it's great to see players like that come through and contribute and really become part of the engine of the Foxboro team.
Yeah, and that's what you have to do. I mean, if you want to make the varsity, the great point, Mike. It's not you show up for the fall and start playing. It's like they have the summer leagues that they do. You got to sit there and get to the turf on your own and really work at your craft. And that's what Meg did this year.
And the coaches, they don't know what happened prior to high school. They don't necessarily care, and I don't mean that in a callous way. They want to see who they have and what's going to make their best team on the field. And Megan Burke is a great example of just that, where given the opportunity and taking full advantage of the opportunity. And
Kenva hits one out front to Liz. Over to Jordan. Oh, and it's just wider than that.
Tried to settle it, but it was took a tough bounce. But Jordan Collins played it smart and just unfortunately wasn't able to have a through lane to a Foxboro player.
Dartmouth making a run here up on the right-hand side.
Pushing.
Nice pass back over to Yarrow, who stepped up.
So they're still attacking this right side, Mark. They're attacking Bridget McGee on the right. They're taking a shot, flies over the net. So they're continuing to attack that right side.
Yeah.
It's starting to look like by design.
So here's Foxboro here. So Kendall with a nice job over to the left-hand side. Liz trying to get in there. Oh,
fantastic. And it just didn't take the right hop that we would have hoped for.
Yeah, Liz did a good job there. The goalie was coming out to get it. Liz got a foot on it to try to slow it down. And Jordan, if it just skirted away from Jordan. So close.
So it does look like they're not playing their D as heavy, Mark. It seems like they're trying to balance out their game here for Dartmouth. So let's see how that affects. So Yara Fawaz pushing the ball up. Lizzie Davis gets it in the middle, trying to control. Little chip shot over to Caitlin Mollick. Caitlin Mollick looking for Kaylee McCabe. Sideways forward. Great through ball as Kaylee got one defender to beat going to the corner. We've got Jordan Collins in the middle. Kaylee slows it down. Works around. Back to Megan Burke coming up. Speaking of Megan,
gets
and
knocked
Megan
over.
Gets still. We get the call. Foxboro gets the call.
Outside the box, but it'd be a kick.
And I'll
probably.
tell you, as we discussed, Mark, so once you lift that arm, if you watch, that arm comes up, and that's it.
So Caitlin Mollick are going to take it. Again, we're going to look for you got to have 10 yards. The girls, Dartmouth girls, trying to cheat up a little bit, which every team does. So you got 10 yards. Caitlin, does Caitlin put one on the far post here? I think that's where she wants to go.
If you look from our angle, Mark, to the left of these, they're moving over now. I was going to say there was a perfect placement. Jordan Collins is there, and it looks like it's a good one-timer if you can get it.
Caitlin can curve this ball, too.
Caitlin certainly has the foot for this. And looking to put it in the middle, and Dartmouth is able to clear the ball out with the soft header.
Almost. It just not enough pepper on that one. It looked like it needed a little bit more deeper. It was a good shot by Caitlin, just a little bit more.
Dartmouth's pushing the ball back behind Foxboro's defense. Yara and Bridget McGee able to get the ball, and they had to clear it out of bounds. So it's going to be Dartmouth coming in with a throw-in.
So like you said, Mike, we get Dartmouth with the throw-in. A good throw-in there.
Dartmouth's got a lot of white shirts up front, the most they've had all game, and
Again,
had an opportunity there and just flew it way over the net.
As we've seen for some of our team, that girl was leaning way back on that kick, and that's why that thing sailed.
Scoop the ball.
But Mike, like you said, I think starting off early on, it was some good opportunities early. Foxborough getting a little bit more aggressive. You're seeing Dartmouth bringing it up a little bit. So
Dartmouth is balanced out, Mark. They have less players back. They're playing more in the middle, and they've already.
I mean,
how'd you feel about that one, Mark?
I mean, come on. Let's call it like we see it. I mean, she's definitely Lizzie going down the left-hand side now.
This game's already looking more balanced in this second half already, Mark, and we're only 4.5 minutes in, and you're already starting to see movement on both ends of the field. And so, Dartmouth has made that adjustment. Let's see what Foxborough does to counter. Ball's going to be coming in as a throw-in for Dartmouth.
Yeah. I'm thinking
I'm thinking
there's going to be a point in time where Jordan is going to break loose on one of these.
Well, that's the hope if they get to this point, and that's been Foxborough's strength. If they're able to get that ball and make it a foot race between Jordan Collins, Kaylee McCabe, Lizzie Davis, Foxborough tends to win most of those. So they're waiting for that opportunity.
Good step up by Yara. And just a harmless shot in on Morgan Sylvester.
But you see the difference so far, Mark? They're down in our end now.
Yeah.
Morgan's handling the ball. Rolling up to Megan Burke, got some real estate there. Now the question is going to be, is Dartmouth going to be able to maintain this pace? Because the first
handball!
No call, though.
How did they not see that?
They haven't called one yet this year. I think they called one.
Foxborough's ball, Jordan, because Jordan had an opportunity there.
So the girl just falls on the ground looking for a call, but there isn't one.
Good defense there.
Dartmouth came right in, picked the ball away from it's Caitlin Mollick with a quick throw, and I really love how she does that.
Yeah,
she doesn't give them time to set up and pushes it right in, and it's
Jordan looking to make a move.
Jordan going right into the Dartmouth players, able to break up again. Got a little nutmeg on Caitlin Mollick there.
Oh, nice move there on Meg Burke.
Megan Burke trying to foot race it back and not giving much room to the Dartmouth player, able to make up for that.
Oh, a little push there.
Push, but no call.
Oh, the Foxborough faithful not liking that.
That's it. Megan Burke, not phased, comes right back and keeps that ball forward.
Jordan with a kick.
Jordan, ball off to Dartmouth, number 15.
Liz calling it out there. Liz looking to go around the right side.
Caitlin Mollick with a great quick throw in, catch people off guard.
Oh, Liz trying to do a lefty turn, but
Kendra was there, but not quite up enough.
So you can definitely feel the intensity picking up here in the second half.
I agree. Getting a little more physical too, so we'll see how that goes.
I think in the game Tuesday, the refs did let them play. They were physical, but there wasn't a lot of clutching and grabbing, and they let them play. And I'd like to see them do something similar here. Let them play unless it's egregious.
Right, I agree. I think both teams. I mean, Foxborough certainly has had their share of physical play, and
Jordan with a nice pass over to Mollick on the right side.
On the right side, need to push up here. We get some. If she can cross that to the middle, we've got some blue shirts there. Great cross ball. Coming back out, and Caitlin Mollick gets possession. Back out to Caitlin. And Megan Burke able to get the ball.
Too many white
Dartmouth,
shirts back.
Too many white, but they're pushing. So this is we'll see, Mark. We'll see. This is where you talked about is the endurance there for this Dartmouth team. We weren't able to test it in the first half. A couple girls with their hands on their hips already. So you see them in the middle. They have their hands on their hips. That's a sign of trying to catch your breath. So let's see if Foxboro can wear them down.
Yara with a good throw over to Jordan, trying to get it over to Liz.
Jordan just trying to
and
skate it up forward.
Nice play there
Off the face
by
of Bridget
McGee.
McGee.
Liz trying to settle the ball, gets it down, gets it over to
Here we
Grace
go.
Ferguson.
Grace Ferguson has some room.
Looking for Kendra.
Has a little room to move. Pushing the ball to Kendra on the outside. Kendra crossed it to the middle.
Good shot by Kendra. Oh, wide right. Great shot there by Kendra. It was a good spin move. Just a little wide right of the goalie.
So let's see this. So ball over to Kendra, is able to get around the defender and takes a shot just wide right of the net.
Looking for a post because the goalie was hugging the inside, which was a good shot by Kendra.
I'll tell you one thing I've noticed with this goalie is that the goalie's not really clearing this ball beyond the 35. So if Foxboro pays attention, that ball doesn't get out very far, and Foxboro is able to keep the ball forward.
Dartmouth with a quick throw in. They got a little extra, a couple of yards extra. Oh,
yep. Right off
of Caitlin's face.
Malaga.
By accident. It was just an accidental kick.
Take a lot more than that to slow down Caitlin.
Yeah, absolutely. So Dartmouth looking to make a run here down the left-hand side. And then the ref is having him throw it again. Just over 31 minutes left here in the second half.
Still no score on the board, Mark. We're still a 0-0 game here. Foxboro's definitely had more opportunities, but at the end, does it matter, right?
No, exactly.
Who can put it in the back of the net? Kaylee McCabe fighting on the ball. Fox was able to get possession. Jordan Collins using her speed. Attack the ball. Dartmouth defender.
Liz gets one down to Jordan on the right side.
Offsides.
Oh.
Yeah. Offsides.
Yeah, it's a good call. I think Jordan didn't get back.
Yeah, the ref was there. She wasn't able to get back in time.
Yeah.
After pushing the ball forward.
Yeah, the ricochet came back to Liz, and Jordan hadn't got back yet. So.
Yep, nothing you can do there. It's just one of those. It's just one of those.
They're getting close here. But again, you got to continue to keep that pressure on, and don't let Dartmouth get that one opportunity.
That's it, and keep this pace going. See if Dartmouth can handle the pace. I see some girls walking in the middle. Like I said, some hands on the hip. Let's see if you can keep pushing it and maybe force them into, more substitutions, more wear them down a little bit and get those opportunities.
And Morgan steps out to clear that one out. But again, we're seeing more possession time down here on Foxboro's end this second half. So Dartmouth definitely made some adjustments.
For sure. It seems to be helping them out. And they're getting some opportunities on the middle.
Nice play by Meg Burke.
Saves what could have been a clean shot on the net. So that was beautiful.
Kendra trying to get one out to Jordan. It bounces.
Now we're foot race with Jordan. And the lone Dartmouth defender is back to clear.
Trying to get one
Ball's
to Liz.
Up, looking for Liz. Kaylee McCabe to Liz Davis. Unfortunately, Dartmouth defender was able to get to it.
So that one's going to stay in, I think. Yeah, Dartmouth
gets
down to the
keeping
ball.
it in. Dartmouth passing it into the middle. Bridget McGee, defender's able to get around.
Morgan Sylvester right there with a nice save.
Dartmouth making a push to the Foxboro net.
We need Morgan here.
They're still attacking that right side, Mark, and it was they were successful on that one.
There's a save by Morgan.
So there's a save by Morgan with the defender. A striker from Dartmouth there.
Dartmouth making a move here.
Dartmouth is really starting to. They're looking much more comfortable and they're playing their game in the second half, Mark.
Nice move there. You can see this is where that's why they probably scored the 70 goals.
Absolutely, and you can see they're challenging this defense and they're definitely putting the pressure on.
So it looks like it could be a corner kick, right?
It seems like it. So this is.
Haven't had any of these yet.
This is where Foxboro has to match their intensity.
Yep. And
we seem to have a different game in the second half, Mark.
And so the girls get a mark up here on this kick. We've had some problems this year with the corner kicks. Ball getting into the middle.
Kaylee McCabe have to deflect the shot coming back to the front of the net. Yara Fawaz is on. It's going for another corner kick coming up.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe
Hard
Dartmouth.
to see in the traffic.
So 28 minutes, 28-minute mark here in the second half, left in the second half. Dartmouth, again, the past few minutes, really possessing the ball, having some opportunities here in the Foxboro.
Keeping
Foxboro.
one lone defender back, Mark. That's different than we've seen all the first half.
That should be another
goal. It's going to be a goal kick.
I thought
no,
that was
it's going
off
to a corner.
I was going to say, I thought it was off
corner. It's going corner. So they're keeping one lone defender back. So I'd like to see Jordan Collins move back with this defender because if it's a one-on-one opportunity, there's very few that can match Jordan's speed.
Absolutely.
They're setting it up, and they've got all this room to take a free shot, but unfortunately Dartmouth is not capitalized. It was a smart play. Nobody saw that player out there. She could have got a clean shot toward the net and just wasn't able to get her foot on it.
You can take a deep sigh of relief here. So Morgan, with a goalie kick, need a good kick here to get it out of here and maybe get a quick run. Like you said, you got one girl back. A good kick by Morgan. So trying to get it to Jordan.
Got a change here. We've got Jordan Carmen in the middle for Grace Ferguson.
Okay.
Playing up in center mid.
Good throw.
So they're still attacking that right-hand side, Mark. So
Yara, good shield.
Yara shields the ball. We're looking at a goal kick coming out.
That's a play that Yara does quite well. That the ball gets thrown in, the Dartmouth girl's coming in, thinking Yara's going to play the ball, and she just shields it, and it lets it goes out of bounds harmlessly.
Because what's the next season coming up for Yara is basketball. So
exactly.
She does that. She boxes out.
Kendra fighting for the ball here.
She does it well, too.
Gets it into the middle.
The ball coming up the middle, and Megan Burke able to fight and get that ball, and she's pushing it up the middle. And the Dartmouth midi was able to just get her foot outside.
It's Grace, though.
So Emma
get it
Dahl,
up now to Caitlin.
Emma Dahl pushing the ball forward over to Lizzie Davis and chipping it over. We get that one lone defender back, and then Jordan Collins gets it on her body. Lizzie Davis coming in, and Kaylee McCabe
come on, Kaylee.
has got it in the middle and is pushing, and pushes outside to Kendra. Kendra Wentling should be crossing the ball here.
Handball.
Crossing it and
trying to get a list.
Opportunities, taking shots. Dartmouth player on the ground brings down Lizzie Davis. Jordan Carmen coming into the right. Foxboro attacking now.
Again,
so there's a player in Dartmouth rolled on the ground, took a player out, and continued to play on the ground. You can't. That's when someone's going to get hurt, Mark. You have to be careful with that.
Jordan Carmen with a great throw, and she has excellent throw.
No blue shirts. Lizzie Davis
gets it over to Jordan.
And the goalie is able to come out and make the save.
Good job by the goalie there to come out and be aggressive there because we had two girls there.
The goalie's been struggling a little with their goal kicks, so let's see what she gets this
There's
out
the throw.
to.
Lizzie with the header
that's
on the replay over to Jordan. Oh, and let's see.
It's almost feeling like a little flopping, Mark.
Well,
you're seeing a lot on the ground.
And again, you got Liz who got rolled on down here. They don't call it. And even in the Medfield game, it seemed to be that the visiting team usually would get an extra call or two per game, which is understandable. You can't do that.
You have to stay consistent, and hopefully it's just a couple fluke ones. But
yeah.
Kaylee McCabe up the middle.
A lot of room.
Caitlin pushing up, waiting for a defender.
Get it to Caitlin.
Looking for Caitlin on the right. Great ball to Caitlin Molick, looking for the outside.
Oh!
Going to be a corner kick.
No, she's giving it to the goalie.
Oh, that the goalie got her hands up. That's supposed to be a corner kick. That is not a solid call. Let's look at this again. So Caitlin Molick coming up, pulls the shot, and...
Yeah, it definitely hit the goalie.
Yeah, hit the fingers. Yeah, right off the top of the hands.
So
but
again, the call for the
they're not.
Yeah, would have liked to see. There was a good shot by Caitlin. Would have liked to see her go far post though.
Must have just the referee from his angle must have just looked like the hands couldn't get to it. So
that's a tough one to see.
Absolutely.
Best opportunity though so far the second half.
It really was. That was a great through ball from Kaylee McCabe over to Caitlin Molick. Again, those two have been playing off each other nicely today. Jordan Collins looking to thread through, and she's being pulled and pushed and unfortunately, the ball went out, so it's going to be a goal kick.
Liz trying to get a corner over there, telling the ref, but...
Yep. Jordan looking a little frustrated, but able to shake it off. See, that was some good foot movement by Jordan, able to work it into the corner.
Got to turn around here because this kick's coming.
It's coming, but the goalie's not really clearing the 30.
Go, Liz, go.
So Liz Davis on the left looking to get it over, and keep him with the ball, pushes it over to Kendra Wentling.
Oh, great shot.
It's going to save by the goalie, but good combos. We need to keep this pressure on. So let's see.
There's a play again. So
Here he goes. It comes over.
Kendra with
Kendra
a
with
strong
the shot.
leg. Jordan Carmen trying to get it.
To the outside.
Back to Emma Dahl. And Jordan again, Jordan Carmen.
So one thing we've been seeing today is with the opposing team's goalie is her punts and goal kicks are really only getting out to the 35 mark. It's giving Foxboro some great position when they're able to gain control of this ball. Megan Burke coming up on the outside to keep possession for Foxboro, pushing the ball up to Emma Dahl. Foxboro defense pushing forward, looking for an opportunity here for the offense. Ball is still forward. We got a lot of blue shirts. They need to take advantage. It's Kaylee McCabe coming up looking for it, and Caitlin Mollica there for the assist to keep it. Megan Burke.
Gets it over. See,
Great team play.
Two blue up,
Let's go
5
blue.
white
And
back.
now we're sitting back a little on the blue. We need to keep pushing this ball.
Yeah, see, we only had 2 girls up, and they met in Dartmouth had 5 back.
So let's go. We got to keep this pressure on.
Jordan
They're
off of
pushing
Jordan.
up. We're going to call it off of Jordan.
Yeah,
Yes, it was. It came off the side. Dartmouth throw in.
Like you said, Mike, keep this pressure going.
And it's going to be a Foxboro throw-in coming back. Trying to see if we can get these windows open here.
We'll be able to hear the parents.
So we've got Bridget McGee. Again, Foxboro's defense continue to try to push this ball up to the middies and the forwards. And I think it's a good strategy, Mark. It's going to create some opportunities up here.
Kayla Mollica, though, gets back.
If nothing else, you're forcing the Dartmouth team to run up and down the field, and again, create some fatigue on their end. Maybe look for some mistakes.
So just over 21 minutes left here. Still 0-0. Dartmouth putting some pressure coming down on the Foxboro side of the field.
In the event of a tie, Mark, what is it? Two overtimes of 5 minutes?
I can't remember if it's 1 or 2.
I thought it was 2. I don't know if that's Bays or I'm getting confused if it's MIAA.
Right.
I thought it was 2 5-minute periods and then a shootout, but hopefully we don't have to find that out.
Yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully we'll be able to get a goal or 2 on our side. Jordan Carmen controls the ball.
Slowing down, controlling, little
Gets
bump.
bumped. Yep, they get that one.
Gets the call. I didn't think that was a.
No, I
Mark,
don't think so either.
I wouldn't have called that as a ref. So it's kind of surprising, especially after how the first half went.
Right. Well, the Foxboro faithful obviously like that
They
call,
liked it,
but
of course, that's how it always works. But I thought that was just a little bump. I
agree with you.
I didn't think it was something worth calling, but we'll see how it pans out.
So Lizzie taking the shot here. So it'll be interesting to see here if she can get one over the defense without an offside. And Jordan maybe.
I like it. They're pushing up the D, keeping Yara back. I think it's a great move. Attack this, get this forward, and just get it in. Kaylee McCabe pulling the rebound out.
High.
What do we get? Offsides?
No, I think it was a high leg.
Dangerous kick?
Dangerous kick. I think that's what the call was. And just under 20 minutes here, so we left in the second half. But I love the tenacity here by Foxboro. You got to keep this ball down in the Dartmouth zone. Jordan Carmen with a nice header.
Like to see Lizzie Davis looking to push through, coming up on the left-hand side.
Makes a nice little move on the outside, tries to kick it back.
And
Looks
Lizzie
out front for
crossing with
Jordan.
the right for Jordan.
And a header almost.
But we had Caitlin Wallach who was on the far post.
Couldn't get it over there.
If that had got over there, she was wide open for a nice chip in. So
yeah,
very smart player. Caitlin's always been a smart player, knows how to read the play and read the field. So
Liz made a nice move to get around the defender, but she just didn't have enough energy to get it all the way over there. She saw Jordan in front, probably didn't see Caitlin, but you're right. If you got it over to Caitlin.
And I'll tell you, as an ex-coach of Lizzie Davis, I'm proud to see her use her left foot.
Yeah,
a lot of years when she was younger trying to get her to use that left, and she was resistant as most kids are, but through the years has worked on it and become very effective with that left foot. So it was
Jordan trying to get.
You're right, just a great play. So Jordan Collins, kind of a dangerous play, passing in the 2 players. She had a couple on forward, so surprised to see that. So pushing the back.
Letting that one go.
That was that's to the lower back, and they're hitting.
Jordan Carmen with a shot out in front.
Got to keep this well. Kaylee McCabe taking the rebound, settling it, looking for a shot. Dartmouth defender able to get their body in front of the shot. Caitlin Mollica. This is where it's been getting physical down the Dartmouth end, Mark, so we'll see. They are definitely playing. They're playing more physical, looking to keep Foxboro.
Megan Burke gets knocked down.
Taken down and no call. It's going to be a Foxboro throw-in.
See, this is
if they're not going to call,
Here
then
we go.
Foxborough is going to need to match this up. So let's see. They come in, and she
got
just puts her legs right between Megan's legs and takes her right out.
This is what I was saying about earlier, where Dartmouth got a call, but Foxborough doesn't seem to be getting those. Lizzie trying to head it over to Jordan.
Foxborough is going to need to match that down that end if that's how it's going to be played, because they're going to lose possession otherwise.
Right.
And you don't want to see the game go that way, Mark. That's
No.
not. They've played a great soccer match, playing the ball back and forth, but to start to see these plays is what you worry about.
Dartmouth with a sub.
Dartmouth subbing out. Very, very little subbing out of Foxborough. It's kind of how the second half of their season has gone. In their tighter games, they definitely keep their main lineup on the field. Lizzie Davis looking to work around the defender. Smart play. Sees a wide open defender in Megan Burke, passes it back, lets Megan see the field and set it up. Now some great passing back and forth, pushing the ball up. Lizzie Davis on the right, trying to thread the. Now see, number 7 has her arm completely straight out, Mark, and pulling on the shoulder. So I don't understand how you can't call that. That's a full.
Well, they're not in their position there. They're supposed to be. You get the far ref, who's probably not looking at.
He's dead, but you can clearly see the arm is completely
Grabbing
straight
her.
out, grabbing the shirt, and you can't allow that. Because that's what happens is then the other players the Foxborough players will push back and start to retaliate, and then
take
it's
a
just
timeout,
again. He's still going to play a timeout, so this is good. Actually, perfect spot for a timeout. I think.
I'm not
I don't
sure
know who called it either. If it was me, it would be the Foxborough.
It's probably got to be Dartmouth, right? Because they have possession of the ball.
It's good question. I didn't catch that.
Yeah, so because I think the ball was out. I think Dartmouth has possession, so I think they're the ones who probably called the timeout. But
so this is what these are the play when they're getting away with like the straightening the arm, lifting it up, pulling on the shoulder, and then putting the leg between the other legs. That can affect the game down in the end, and that's what you don't like to see. So let's see. Coach is probably trying to settle the girls down. So let's see. So if you see number 7, arm is fully up, fully extended, push off. So as the rules go, see then grabbing at the shirt. I mean, Mark, that's as clear as it gets.
Yeah.
That's as clear as it gets, and that's one of the things you're taught or you teach as a coach is you keep your arms down. You're able to use your body and you fight off the ball, and that is clean, and that's how you play soccer. But once that arm is up and you're grabbing and pulling, the ref has to call that. Or if they don't, I guess it's one of those. It's not a penalty if it's not called.
Yeah, exactly. But I'd be reluctant if Foxborough tries to do that. Again,
I don't want to see the game go to that.
I don't want to see that
yeah.
either. But that would be the one where the away team usually will get a call like that, and it's happening down here. So they're not calling the away team on a penalty like that. Like you said, Mike, they've been playing a very good game both ways. Both teams have been playing excellent. So you don't want the refs determining a big play like that. Let them play, But if it's a penalty, it's a penalty, and you got to call it. So, Dartmouth with four white shirts back. Foxborough continuing to try to
goalie
put
kick, and
Jordan.
again she did that. The goalie's not Kendra.
Oh, good
coming
shot!
in and
just
over.
high.
So I'll tell you, the goalie, if Foxborough pay attention, she's not really clearing the ball past the 30.
Yeah.
So I don't know if
So bring them up.
Yeah. So I mean, you push up, and 35 is the longest I've seen all game, which can give you that advantage. So let's see,
30
Jordan
yard line.
Carmen with the good header. Jordan Collins trying to handle the ball, mishandled actually, but goes over to Kendra Wentling, who's able to get her foot on it and just
bouncing,
the net.
just bouncing a little too much.
Just a foot over the net. So Jordan Carmen in the middle, pushing up over to Kendra Wentling. Nice chip over to Jordan Collins on the outside. And we've got Lizzie Davis on the far side, Kaylee McCabe up the middle, Kendra Wentling pushing up top. And
Looks
now
like
here's
a
where we have a
2-on-1.
breakaway, so we've got to get back. This is where Yara, so they're Emma Dahl, and the Dartmouth striker. There we go, Emma Dahl able to break it up. Comes in for the backup.
Jordan Carmen with the ball now.
Fantastic defensive play. That was
excellent.
That's
the handball. They got the handball there.
That's what you got to watch.
That was a
out
great
for.
defensive play.
That was, and that's what you worry about is you can't if your defenders can't get back. And Yara was able to just slow it down just enough, and almost was beat, but slowed it down. And then the key was keeping her body square. She never stuck her toe in, never overcommitted. Make them make the mistake mark, and that's the way to play defense. And then Emma Dahl and Megan Burke coming up on the side was able to come in and help break it up. So Kayla, nice, great ball in the middle to Kaylee McCabe, fighting off. She has
nice move there.
Dartmouth player up there again with the arm.
Again with the arm.
Another arm up, Mark, pushing and pulling. And getting away
Kendra
with
the
so
shot.
Kendra Wetling taking another shot.
Yeah, this guy, he refuses to call that, even though they keep grabbing and pulling.
Yeah, so it's going to...
You got to start calling that.
Yeah, so what we see is so here's Yara. She's just staying with this great play by I'll tell you, by that striker. She stops the ball, comes to come around, but there's Emma for it.
Yeah, Rutkowski.
Yeah, that was a great play by that striker. At that speed to stop and try to change, especially with Yara coming on. But the team play of the Foxboro defense able to break it up.
Yeah, the one thing I get concerned about, because Foxboro has been maintaining possession a lot, those forwards and middies might be getting a little tired. You don't, they're well conditioned, but they've been.
But they
you
seem
got
to
Caitlin
keep it.
across.
So Caitlin's coming in. So we're down to 14 minutes here, Mark, and it's still a 0-0 game. And Dartmouth is looking a little more tired in the middle, I think, than Foxboro, but I think you have a solid point here. You see Lizzie Davis staying up top now. She was running the field a little more before.
Ball gets by the defense here,
and that's okay. It's okay because we have enough players back to push this. But now Kendra over to Lizzie, which is great, and then Lizzie looking for the through ball. Just not a great pass, but that's okay. We had Blue there. Megan Burke pushing through.
Caitlin
and Dartmouth player slips up.
Gets it over to Jordan.
Ships it over for Jordan. Oh, Dartmouth defenders able to get their foot up, and it's going to be a Foxboro throw-in on the far right.
There we go.
So this is where Foxboro really needs to push up, Mark. They need to get everyone up and push for this.
They really need to capitalize down here. Jordan with a nice spin move. Tries to get out in front to
Kaylee McCabe pushing to the outside. Kaylee looking and tripped up by her own player. Jordan Cameron put her foot out and tripped up Kaylee. Unintentional, but
Kendra trying to stay with a nice.
Can't have these mistakes coming in.
Oh, nice play by Kaylee?
It looks like Kaylee McCabe coming up, yes, and she's looking across.
Nice shot with the left, and it's it's just wide.
Oh!
Great shot by the left.
Beautiful shot. Beautiful shot coming in.
That was beautiful move. Here it is.
Let's take a look again. So Kaylee McCabe cutting around the defender with the left shot, going for that upper outside corner, and just over the net, just over. Emma Dahl again, just charging out and getting that ball. Emma Dahl
gets it over to Kendra.
Kendra trying to push it back to Lizzie. I like the idea in the middle.
Yara steps up.
If you look, Mark, we got a lot of white back here on defense again.
Yeah.
Looks like this attack of Foxboro has pushed them back again. So let's see. Yara pushing it to the middle. Unfortunate, just out to a Dartmouth player with Caitlin Mollica on her. So pushing Megan Burke coming in and breaking it up. Ball's out, throw in for Dartmouth.
So we got just under 12 minutes here left in the second half. Still 0-0.
Logan Paiva with the throw in.
Nice
and we
move
have
there.
Savannah Freitas coming up.
Jordan with a slide tackle.
Kelly Medeiros.
That's.
And they're calling it on
Dartmouth.
On Dartmouth.
She plowed through.
That was an offensive foul, as they called it. Comes Jordan Kahn with the slide tackle. That was good, but then plows right into Emma Dahl. I'll tell you that Emma Dahl is
Liz with the big kick.
One tough player.
Hopefully that'll go out of bounds. We'll try to get more pressure again. 11:20 left here in the
Emma Dahl's another player here who I'm not sure gets as much credit as she deserves. I pleasure of coaching her in town as well, and nobody worked harder or was tougher on the field than Emma Dahl. She just gives 110%. I never remember a game where she did not come.
Caitlin Mollica coming down the right side, looking to make
pushing to the right, looking across the ball, just couldn't get her foot around.
She was trying to do a good job getting around the defender. She got around one. There was another one back then. She was thinking like one more move, but it would have been tough to get out in front. A great job by Caitlin. The goalie quick though.
Again, a 30-yard kick mark. That's to Foxboro's advantage every time. They need to keep this ball forward. She's not able to clear that 35 yard.
That's something the coaches should be noticing and telling the girls about that and say, hey, keep
push it up. This is a chip shot over the D. Emma Dahl pushing it to the outside and opts to kick it out of bounds and slow it.
Good play.
The only thing I don't like about this, Mark, is then your middies have to come all the way back, and then if you push up field, you're running all the way back up again.
That's true. Yeah.
It's better when the defense can get control and then punch it up field where your middies and attack stay.
Kendra's still staying on the ball there.
Is Jordan Collins off the field?
No, she's over just on the. She's over in front of the bench.
All right, she's over in front of Dartmouth's bench. So Dartmouth with another substitution. Foxboro maintaining
Maintaining.
The last sub was Jordan Carmen for Grace Ferguson, and Jordan has stayed in. Actually, Jordan and that side over there is it seems like they haven't been leaving like they did against Medfield, Mark, where we saw some holes in the field. Foxboro doesn't have that today.
Yeah.
They're really staying in position and maintaining control. Looked like offsides. That looked like offsides by Dartmouth, but no call on it.
And the Dartmouth
we have a
fans
player down. Who's down? Just getting up slow. Is that Yara Fawaz? Or
I think that is
holding
Yara.
holding her arm, but she's up and at him.
Morgan with the throw. Gets it over to Caitlin
Malika fighting up the middle, and
it's just tough to get
broken
through that
up.
middle.
There was nobody there just to see.
Jordan Carmen with a good kick. Looking for Lizzie.
Looking over.
Handball.
Looked like a handball again to me as well, Mark. But the handballs haven't been called. So
Liz gets
Lizzie
it over
up
to Kaylee.
To Kaylee McCabe on the outside right. Kaylee's slowing it down, looking for an opportunity.
Gets tripped.
Gets tripped up, but stays with the ball.
Shoot it, Kaylee.
Is looking for the shot. And going
just
for the
wide.
See, Mark, I thought that was a trip too. It looked like they threw her leg up into her leg.
They refused to call that down on Dartmouth's def. And there's been at least 3 instances.
Yeah, let's take a look again, and maybe we're seeing it wrong. So Kaylee waits, plays around, and then she pulls the leg up right there. It looks to me, but right there, just takes her off.
Jordan
the ball.
with the ball, looking to do something with it. Gets it over to Kaylee, to Jordan Carmen. Jordan going to take a shot over to Jordan Collins.
Jordan Collins. Let's see what Jordan's doing. The header. Ball's coming out. Settled it at Kaylee McCabe's feet. And
good defensive
not able
play.
to set up the shot. Just didn't have enough time.
Can't see if that's Hannah Wielden or Ellie Cook back on the defense.
Yara
steps up.
Grabbing the shirt, Mark.
Again,
so we had another shirt grab. But it's not being called. So they have to play through this. And now Emma Dahl's very aware she's got a player coming up. Sets the ball. Caitlin Malika, who I'll tell you, one of Caitlin's strengths is keeping that ball, and she can thread a needle on the sideline.
That
was a good play for Dartmouth. Megan Burke loses their footing, and that can be dangerous. You can't go down and give them an opportunity.
Yeah, that was not a good. We had the ball middle of the field.
So Megan coming up, and then Caitlin Malika fighting. Looks like the ball's making its way back.
Oh, Yara. Good play by Yara there.
Okay, Yara Fawaz with the throw-in. Nice quick throw-in. Lizzie Davis settles the ball, leaves it for Caitlin Malika. And
gets
then
it over to Jordan and Liz.
Out to the middle to Lizzie Davis.
We got Kendra on the left side, Jordan coming on the right.
Our middies are tired. They're not getting up. This is where the problem with it comes back and down the field. Lizzie with a good kick. Yeah. And like to see Kendra chasing in just in case there's a rebound opportunity.
Yeah, it's too far out on that one.
So this is where we're running into, Mark. As you can see, our middies were having trouble getting upfield. Starting to cover this field now, and it's a lot of field to cover. Kaylee McCabe with a great pullback, plays it around, gets through, pushing up, looking for an opportunity here.
Handball.
Handball again.
They don't call the handball. It's right in front of the ref. You can't see.
So Yara Fawaz right on that ball. Jordan Carmen looking to push it upfield.
We got about
coming up the sideline, and what do we get? 6.5 minutes.
Kendra try to get it over into the middle.
And Kaylee McCabe looking to keep it forward. Dartmouth is able to control the ball and push it into the middle. Foot race and great pass, great leading pass by Dartmouth, but Yara Fawaz is there to pick it up.
Over to Caitlin Malika. Yara steps
Fawaz
up
right on the ball, and it's going to be out of bounds. It's a Dartmouth throw-in.
Great play there by Yara, though, to step up on that one. So just over, we got about 6 minutes left here in the second half.
That's a Foxboro throw-in.
Foxboro
throw-in.
Caitlin knew it, too.
Caitlin Malika knew it.
They sandwiched Jordan.
Yep, but hands down, Mark. That was a loose ball, hands down. That was a good, clean play.
Dartmouth making a run now.
Emma Dahl pushing and staying on the ball, but Dartmouth playing it smart. Nice soft passes, controlling, and Yara Fawaz once again there to break it up. So he's going to go out of bounds. Oh, Jordan Carmen actually keeping the ball up, but went out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in.
So 5.5 minutes left here. Now Dartmouth with some action down in the Foxboro end. And like I said, I think
this second half has been a much more complete soccer game. You're seeing it going both ways, Mark.
Yeah.
And it's definitely been more exciting and faster pace. So 5 minutes left. Let's see if somebody can get on the scoreboard here.
Well, let's hope it's blue.
That would be nice. And then
another push,
blue. A push up the back, Mark.
And they're not calling it. They refuse to call it on Dartmouth. And they've done it at least 4 times.
So there's been very few calls. And now that one is Bridget's throwing to throws a hip check in, and they didn't call that. So at least they're not both ways. So as long as it's just allowing them to play.
Oh, good job by Kendra.
Kendra coming on. Jordan Collins coming in to get
Kendra gets it over to Liz.
Follow-up, pushing up to Lizzie Davis. We need to see more blue. Jordan Collins.
You got Jordan in the middle.
Up. We need some players. We need some blue. Caitlin Mollica running up the sideline to help out. And with another push in the middle, and Jordan Collins is down and no call.
No call.
No call.
And she's hurt.
And she looks like she's staying down. And Jordan Collins is down. And the Foxboro fans are letting them know they're not happy.
I mean, you know, she got literally taken out. The ref's sitting there looking at this, and he doesn't make the call. They have not called these aggressive penalties on Dartmouth all game long, and this is what ends up happening. Jordan's going right off on the cart now, and that's a big loss for Foxboro.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal. She's the #1 scorer for Foxboro. But this is where, you, as a team, you need to step up, Mark. That's why you need a full team. And
Absolutely.
Foxboro certainly has the players for it.
Yeah, no excuses. You get the next girl up's got to come up, and maybe that's the girl that gets it the spark.
Maybe you put in it looks like Alyssa Vandenboom coming. I was wondering if they'd maybe put in Grace Ferguson and push Kaylee McCabe up front, or a Mollica, but they're going to bring Alyssa Vandenboom, who's a solid player up there as well, and she's had some shifts in. So,
and this is where you got people like Kendra and Lizzie, the senior captains on here. This is where they got to step up and direct the traffic and see if they can get the other girls involved and make a big play here.
I think they're going to do a drop ball here, which is a little bizarre because it looked like a penalty, but they're going to do a drop ball. So Kaylee McCabe taking the drop ball.
Yeah, but they never called the penalty. Jordan was sitting on the ground.
There's no penalty,
for about,
so they're calling it because of the injury. They're giving it a neutral drop ball here.
But Jordan was on the ground for about 10, 15 seconds.
What happens 9 times out of 10 is this ball never hits the ground. So let's see.
Yeah.
He's already backing them off. And see?
Yeah.
Never hit the ground, and this is what happens. I don't like these. I don't like these neutral balls.
All right, we got to capitalize here. So,
all right, so we got to push. Alyssa Vandenboom in place for Jordan Collins, and Dartmouth kicking the ball out. We're on to ref keeping time now. We're 5 minutes under, and so now the push is really on. So
Alyssa
with
a headbutt. Oh, just wide.
All right, so now this is where we need to stack, Mark. Stack at the 35.
Yeah.
Stack at the 35. Keep a couple forwards up toward where their defense is giving you.
Good shot here by Alyssa to get it over
gets her foot right on that ball, crosses over, and Lizzie's there and just misses. Great play. So now see, here we go, 35. And Kaylee McCabe tries to get her foot on it, and it's just a little high and wasn't able to get it. And then Bridget McGee wasn't able to control the ball, goes out. Jordan Carmen in there, gets the ball, pushes it forward. Lizzie Davis keeping her body in front, controlling the ball, almost gets it through to Caitlin Mollica, and Dartmouth's able to get the ball and push it forward down into the Foxboro end. Emma Dahl squaring up, waiting, and Jordan Carmen coming up and ran up the back of the opposing player. But so Yara is now battling. So Foxboro's getting away with some now. Shit.
And there's a goal. And there it is.
Shoot. So there's the goal. Dartmouth is on the board. They were able to get that ball in. It was, it was well played, Mark. It was a well played possession. And I'll tell you, Yara was pulling. Yara had her arm up, and they were going. So let's see this again.
She went right
so
down the left
number 8 coming
side.
from the outside, crosses the ball.
Maureen trying to get out.
Got it right in. So Kelly Medeiros with a great cross right out in front of the net, and the ball was chipped in. I wasn't able to see who chipped it in for Dartmouth, but it was a nice shot, and it was a good goal. Foxboro really need to get aggressive here. Let's see what the coach is going to call. I think this is a good spot for a timeout, Mark.
Yeah, I think so too.
You got to play aggressive, and you got to go after it here. Foxboro's a little stunned.
Well,
they're a little surprised to see this come up. So let's see.
They got to step up now.
Kayla Mollica has the ball, pushing it forward, pushing the D up over to Kaylee McCabe in the middle, back to Emma Dahl, and kicks it into Dartmouth player.
And now that's all Dartmouth's going to do now is just kick the ball.
They're just going to kick it, and they're going to hold and play D.
You got about 3 minutes.
You've got to stay up because Dartmouth is just going to stack back and play D. So Kayla Mollica pushing the ball out. Alyssa Vandermoon chasing it into the corner, and they're going to kick it out of bounds and just kind of run this clock, Mark.
That's right. We got to get off
throw in quick. Foxboro has to keep. They have to push this pace and attack this net. The defense is up, and they're playing as they need to. They got to keep this forward.
Yeah.
And Dartmouth is going to just try to push the ball out throughout the rest of this game, keep it out of play, and not allow Foxborough the opportunities. Yara
with a great
the lone
throw in.
defender at 35 yards. And
Oh! Oh, man!
that is
Oh, come on!
That is threw her head into Alyssa Vandenboom.
Look at this replay. She just barreled right into her.
So let's see. She comes in. We're not going to be able to see it on the TV, but she threw her head right into Alyssa Vandenboom and knocked her down. That was not.
Oh, man, I'll tell
That's
you.
where an injury can happen, Mark. That's where you can see an injury, and you have to be careful.
I'll tell you, it's been brewing all game. These guys have refused to call any of the penalties on Dartmouth here. And this is what ends up happening. They take out the number one goal scorer for the team, and then on this one,
So here in check, and she throws her
right into
shoulder,
shoulder right
throws
into
her
the
shoulder
face.
right into Alyssa Vandenboom, who is not even ready for that. That's a defenseless player going for the ball.
And Dartmouth just going to continue to.
Thankfully, no injury there. So
They got to get it into
Foxborough
the middle.
really needs to attack. So and there's Emma Dahl chasing it up, and there was a kick into the Emma Dahl's stomach, if you saw that. So hopefully Emma's okay. She seems to be all right, shaking it off.
They're just going to continue to kick the ball out. We got to move everybody up here.
Yep, everyone up. Goalie up. Can't leave it hanging. And that's right back in. Get this ball in. We got to put possession. Dartmouth working
again.
hard to keep them out. And
Again.
it's corner kick. It's gonna be a
Here
corner
we
kick
go.
for Foxborough.
This is where we go, Liz. Get everybody up in the box. Caitlin Mollick are going to kick it. Lizzie looking for that header. Here it comes. It's up.
Crossing it in. Ball's in front. And the ball's loose in front of the net. And the goalie is able to. Goalie for Dartmouth is able to get in there and save that. That was a great, great save.
She's taking too much time here.
I'd have someone run right in on her. Keep that ball forward. Megan Burke fighting for the ball again.
And that's all that's
thrown
all
in.
Dartmouth has to do is just
It's game.
That's
That
the
is
game.
game, ladies and gentlemen. Dartmouth pulls it off with minutes on the clock. Tough to see it end that way, Mark. But, hats off to Dartmouth. They played their game. They changed it up in the second half, and they were able to get that goal in. I did think Foxborough controlled most of the game, but in the end, it just doesn't matter. The coaches made their adjustment at halftime. For Dartmouth, and it seemed to pay off. They got into Foxborough's end more, and
it's
they
a
held
shame.
them out.
It's a shame. Foxborough really controlled the majority of the play here. I feel bad for the seniors. Being this the last game, I'm biased. I feel as though that this one got stolen from them. I think the refereeing in this game was atrocious. We all know how I feel about the refs. It's a tough job, but you got girls going down, getting knocked down, being held all game long. They never call it on Dartmouth. They've called 3 or 4 on Foxborough. You don't win or lose because of the refs. I understand that. Foxborough had plenty of opportunities. They just couldn't put the ball in the net. But late in the game, when you have something like this happen and you have your number one goal scorer get taken out on a play, and you don't call the foul, it's a shame. I feel bad for the Foxborough girls.
I was a little more worried about Alyssa Vandenboom, where that girl threw the shoulder into her, but thankfully she's okay.
Yeah.
But in the end, I'll tell you, the Foxborough had it was an amazing season. This was a good matchup. But to your point, Mark, you hate to see those things, but you can't put it all on that. Foxborough had their opportunities, and they really just weren't able to put it in the back of the net. The Dartmouth goalie was able to save a lot of those attempts and a lot of those shots, and it just unfortunately wasn't Foxborough's night tonight. So season comes to an end with Dartmouth taking it 1-0 in the final minutes of the game, able to just find the corner of the net off of a great cross ball by Kelly Medeiros. I wasn't quite sure who scored the goal. I couldn't see, but they.
I think it might have been Kaylin Warkowski, and they're going to be going on now. They'll advance. Dartmouth will play the winner
celebrating
of Old Rochester Medway.
a big victory for Dartmouth. So best of luck to them going forward in the tournament.
A great game.
They made their adjustments that they needed to make for the second half, and it paid off, and that seemed to make the difference, Mark.
Yeah, they played a great game. You can see the heartbreak on the sidelines of the Foxborough girls. I know Coach Stolkup said in an article that she thought that this could be the year. So I know she'll be disappointing. Not at the effort, because they gave everything they had today. They gave everything they possibly had.
I hate to see Caroline Cass sitting there. As we spoke earlier,
Yeah.
it would have been great for her to be able to play this out, and she's been a big part of this team. So you can just feel how upset she is from here. And Kaylee McCabe sitting next to her, looking equally down, and Caitlin Mollica to the right. Three girls who just put their heart and soul into the game, and to come up short. It's a tough way to end it, but they certainly had a heck of a season and have nothing to be down about.
Absolutely, you can see almost like shock on their face that they can't believe that it happened. And you're right, Mike. They had a phenomenal season this year. Again, took the Davenport again for the second year in a row. Had high aspirations, and again, the team is set up for next year as well. You still got a good core coming back. You're definitely losing some key players in Yara, Kendra, Lizzie, and the other seniors, Caroline and Molly and Jamie. There's a lot of leadership there, a lot of camaraderie there, and you hate to see a game end this way. Foxboro played outstanding. Wish the best for Dartmouth. They did a great job playing their game. When they had the opportunity, they capitalized on it, and that's what it is in a game like this, a 1-0 game. So, unfortunately, Dartmouth is moving on, and Foxboro's season has ended.
And to your point, Mark, they've got a strong core coming back next year, and like to see them. Hopefully, they go all the way next year, and they get a good chance to come back and be just as strong. So, hopefully, they can pick up a few things from this season to work on, and be able to fill the hole of say a Yara Fawaz in the back, and just kind of march on. But I want to thank everybody tonight for who streamed in the game and was able to watch and cheer on these girls. They certainly deserved everyone here to cheer them on. And then again, a heartbreaker, but good luck to Dartmouth carrying on into the next round. And they're a solid team who has a good opportunity here. So,
and as you see the picture, again, Mike, I agree with you. It was a great season, regardless of what happened today. It was a great season. It's a great bunch of girls. You and I, you've coached them up through the youth league. I've known these girls for a long time. The seniors, especially.
The seniors
it's a great group of girls. Nothing to be ashamed of. They put everything on the line today. It was a great effort, great opportunity, and it's an outstanding team. I can't be more proud of these girls. Playing this game, and it's been great.
Yeah, it's bittersweet. Nicole DeVellis and I coached these seniors. I've actually, and then my daughter Kaylee and her group coming through. So I've coached a lot of these girls, and to see their town career coming to an end is definitely a bittersweet thing to watch, and kind of surreal in a way. But they'll have their banquet coming up, and they'll be able to be celebrated for their efforts and what they've been accomplishing through all their years from first grade on. So. Great to watch them, and had the pleasure of actually following them through it all, and I'm sure some will continue on, and best of luck in college and going forward and on to basketball season.
Yeah, absolutely. So from the Sam Berns Community Field at Foxboro High School, this is Mark Davis signing off with Mike McCabe to a fantastic season for the Foxboro soccer girls team. Outstanding bunch of girls. Unfortunately, on the wrong end of a 1-0 defeat to Dartmouth. We wish Dartmouth the best of luck moving forward in the South sectionals. And again, Mike, thank you very much for coming out here today. The two of us really enjoyed doing this.
Mark, so it was nice to.
It was a great game. Thank you to Foxboro Cable, obviously, for putting on a top-notch effort, and for all of you out there watching. Straight from either work or hopefully we brought you some entertainment today, and we appreciate you tuning in. So again, signing off again for Mark Davis and Mike McCabe and Foxboro Cable Access. Thank you all for watching, and we appreciate it.
Have a good evening, all.
We'll see you at basketball.